last session, we looked at some Old Testament prophecies about the Messiah, that he would be a king. But the scripture also has many prophecies in the Old Testament that tell us that he would be a servant. Messiah would be a servant. Now, sometimes when you see the servant of the Lord or my servant, it refers to the nation of Israel. For example, Isaiah chapter 41 says, "You, Israel, my servant, Jacob, whom I have chosen, the offspring of Abraham, my friend." It's talking about the nation of Israel there that was ordained to be the servant of the Lord. You see, God chose the people of Israel out from all the nations and peoples of the earth to be his servant, to be his messenger, to take his light and his law to the nations of the world. But Israel failed to fulfill her calling as the servant of the Lord. Because they would not serve the Lord, they became servants of their enemies. They became slaves. And so God sent his son Jesus, the ideal servant, the messenger of the Lord, who came to this earth to rescue and deliver the ones who were supposed to be his servants in the first place. Messiah came to bring light. He came to bring deliverance from bondage. God's people, chosen people, instead of walking in the light, they were in darkness. They were blind. They were deaf. And so God sent his servant, the Messiah, Jesus Christ, to earth to shine the light in their darkness, to set them free from their bondage so they could once again be the servant of the Lord, to send light and liberty to the rest of the world. See how amazing this servant of the Lord is? The king became a slave, a servant, in order to save his subjects. Philippians 2 says it this way: though he was in the form of God, he did not count equality with God a thing to be grasped, but he emptied himself by taking the form of a servant. Jesus said of himself in Mark 10, "The Son of Man came not to be served, but to serve, and to give his life as a ransom for many." This is a powerful distinction between Christianity and other world religions. In other religions, salvation is gained from offering sacrifice to the gods. But in Christianity, salvation is gained when God stoops down and serves those he has created. Amazing grace.